farmers are poor, as you said, farming is not an easy
Who
job.
is a farmer to you?
For me, a farmer is somebody very important. A farmer is somebody who helps us live, and a farmer is somebody who is helping the country. A farmer is somebody who is, yeah,
It's
everything.
everything.
International.
People have to be awakened. We have to see what's going on.
Let's say if the population is 100%, 95% of farmers in Africa are poor. Why?
Well, that's simply because they don't have the help that they need. They don't have the motivation that they need. Because for motivation, they need help. If I say
Yeah.
motivation, I mean help.
Yeah.
Like they need fertilizers, they need tractors, they need other things. Because, like, for example, a farmer cannot buy themselves a truck because most of the farmers are poor, as you said,
Yeah.
and they'll be renting. For example, they don't even have their own house and they'll
They
be
don't have their own
renting.
compound.
Yeah, and like they'll be renting, and so like from a farmer that is renting cannot buy themselves a
tractor,
tractor for everything. And I think that is actually that is the society, the community, the whole country's job to help, because like without them, to be honest, everything will be bad.
Everything will be bad.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think the government can support them to get some of these basic needs that you mentioned? Things like tractors, things like fertilizers, even providing them a land where they can produce for the interest of the country.
Yeah, I think like it would be a very good idea to help them with lands, tractors, fertilizers, and a lot of things that can motivate them, and which will be good for the country as well. Because like, yeah, if you help them with that, I'm pretty sure they will be really happy to do it, as it's something that they already do. And because like a lot of the people also, the farmers, they do farming, but they don't have a big place to do farming with, because like they don't have the money to buy themselves a land.
That's right.
And you can't just go to somebody's house and be like, I'm gonna do here my things. You understand? So like that's something that happens, and I think they really need help with that,
And do you
seriously.
know that most of the farmers also don't have food to eat? They don't even have nothing. Most of the farmers are starving too. How do you think farmers can be well more motivated for them to have a food, have drugs? Because even if they are sick, they don't have money to buy drugs.
Well-
All these things is really affecting
Well,
farmers.
that all comes from, I would say, from the fact that we don't have factories. Because if we had factories where they could produce things
Yeah.
and sell them, earn their own money, and then they'll be doing financially good. And so, like, if we had, companies and everything that they could sell things to and have their own things, and I think everything would be way more easier for
Yeah.
them.
Use your voice to change the world through VM International TV. VM Radio and TV station is a professional and leading online media house. VM, voice
Hi
of
viewers out there, just to let you know, finally we are in the raining season, and I'm sure that a lot of people in your town and villages, cities, you have witnessed the raining in your environment. We are aware that rainy season comes along with a lot of blessings, but again it comes along with a lot of challenges too. During the rainy season, I think so many people will have the time to spend with their families, with their relatives, with their loved ones, because a lot of kids will be going for vacations to meet their families. So today we want to talk about the importance of farming, which is agriculture. We believe that agriculture is a way forward. If you look at any developed country, you come to realize that farming is number one priority in that country and is a way forward to drive away hunger and starvations in many places. So, Ami, today we want to talk about agriculture, and we have seen that a lot of young people in the Gambia, they feel high or feel big that agriculture is not their way. And they have also forgotten that they have to eat every day, at least 3 times a day. And most of the food that we eat is either from the plant or from the seed or from what we grow or what we rear. But why do you think that many young people nowadays does not want to go back to the farm?
Well, I think basically is because like It's like that is not what they are dreaming about. Even though they don't want to be. That's not their dream.
It's not part of their dreams.
Yeah,
right?
like a lot of the people right now at this moment, that is not part of their dreams. Farming and things like that is not part of their dreams. Even though it's one of the most important things, it's they are like, nah, I want to do something big. I want to be someone big.
But tell me, what is that something big compared to agriculture? Because with agriculture, you can have the food that you want to eat.
Yeah, you can
understand?
have the food that you want to eat. That's true and all. But here's the thing. I would say from the fact that we don't have factories. Because if we had factories where they could produce things
Yeah.
and sell them, earn their own money, and they'll be doing financially good. And so like if we had, companies and everything that they could sell things to and have their own things, and I think everything would be way more easier for them.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. We'll make granite here, right? And then take it to another country
Yeah.
apart from Africa, and then bring it back here as an oil, and it will be sold for something like 1,500,
500,
2,000, I don't even know.
Yeah.
And then also the same goes for example mangoes.
Yeah.
We're gonna take mangoes here, take them to there, bring it back here, and like a bottle of mango juice will be sold for something like, I don't know, 150
It
or
depends
something.
on the quality too.
Yeah. Also, the same goes with other other fruits and things
Yeah.
like that. Because like it's not like we don't have the soil, except especially in the Gambia, we do. We have a very good soil and everything. So like it's not very hard to grow things in the Gambia with the soil that is very good. And so like if we had all those things here, which makes it way more easier for them and everything, and I think that would be just
looking
a good
at it
idea.
also, the looks the people are lacking behind. Why do you think that people doesn't want to? Most people do not want to do farming, because they feel like, to me, they feel like they are not supported by their government. But why?
Yeah, that's basically the main thing. And what I think from what they think is because of like they see, like as you said, 100% of the people are farmers, 95% of them are poor.
Yeah.
And they don't want to end up in their poor position. Like right now at this stage of this moment that we are at this generation, nobody wants to be poor. So nobody at all wants to be poor. So like, yeah, they don't see themselves doing the farming because they don't see what is going to give them in farming.
The outcome is
the
bad.
outcome is bad. Even though like it's going to help the country and all, like they're going to be like, so like I'm going to help the country, but the country is not going to help me. So like as I would say, if you want somebody to help you, you have to help them. And like in life we just have to help each other.
Yeah.
That's how it's made.
But do you know that we also have a department called Ministry of Agriculture? If Ministry of Agriculture is to empower or invest into agriculture, where do you think this Ministry of Agriculture should start, and how do you think that if they start helping people, what are the things that they should focus mainly to support the farmers?
Well, I think that the things that they should focus mainly on is like, for example, giving them a land where they can make the plantings and everything. Number one. Number two is actually giving them the seeds, because the seeds are expensive as well, and it's very hard for the seeds and all that. And number three, I think it would be really nice for them to help them with things like tractors or fertilizers, for them to have things will be way more easier for them. And I think with all that, everything will be just better. Yeah.
So but why do you think land is important? Why do you think it's important for them to have a land?
Well, because without a land, they will not be having a place to make it.
Okay.
So like, for example, you can just go to somebody's house and be like, I'm going to make here agriculture. So like, if they had their own land to make it to, then that would be really important. That's one of the most important
thing.
Because before you do something, you have to have where to make it on, where to make it at, and everything. And to do agriculture, the basic thing that you need is land. Yeah.
So without land, no, there's not like agriculture.
Nah.
So number two, if land is available, What do you think? You said the seed is important. Why do you think that government, Ministry of Agriculture, should provide seed for the farmers for them to reproduce what we need?
Well, because like the seeds are very expensive and it costs them a lot to buy it, and for the fact that they are not rich, so they cannot get much. They cannot get what they need. You don't understand?
Yeah.
So like if they had the seeds, had the land, then they don't have much to worry about. Because I'm telling you, even though I'm telling them to do like really like most of the job, but like doing the job itself by yourself as a proper human being, you know that it's hard.
Yeah.
Already walking is hard, so like being there a whole day making the seeds, I don't know, those people are just heroes for real.
Yeah, heroes indeed.
Yeah.
So you talk about the tractors too. And in the Gambia, we have seen the government is not really supporting farmers to have the tractors for them to move on and do their job. As a result, don't you think this is one of the reasons why food is getting expensive in the country?
Yeah, I actually think that is one of the things why things are getting expensive, because like especially I'll talk about food, which is getting very expensive nowadays, and it's simply because people don't have, they don't have what they need. They don't have what they need. That's basically what I can say. They don't have what they need. They don't have what they have to have. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's the main thing.
So now, what do you think we can do so that food will never be expensive in the country?
Well, I think it's basically, like I said, helping the farmers and also having companies that can make the food. Because, like, they're not just going to take something from the farm and just come and sell it to you. They need to make it, they need to clean it and everything. And if all that was available, then I think, like, for example, making oil by ourselves, if that was available, we don't have to import oil from other countries.
Number one, yeah.
If rice was available to make it here, even though it is, but like I see, we still import rice from other countries. And it's not like Gambia, we don't have fields, we don't have things to make rice. We do. So like I don't really understand why we're importing things if we have it here. If they take it from here, make it there and sell it back to us, we work it.
Yeah.
We work it. So like why do they have to take it and sell it to us for something even more,
That's
know?
right.
So like I think even though I agree with, I'm not trying to, like, some people might be saying she's talking like racist or something. I'm not racist at
No,
all.
this is not about being racist. This is about creating awareness to the young people.
but-
And for those of you who might be thinking that she's racist, well, I think you need to think and look at the situation what you are facing. Today we are all going to the market and parents are really crying. The children are not having enough nutritions at home. And without nutritions, people will be ill, and when people are ill, that means we are going to spend more, because drugs today is really expensive. Today, if you have a headache, you go to the hospital, the money that you will spend is going to be more than 500, and today 500 can fill 10 people at home. But just because you are sick of headache, you go there and they will have to prescribe a medicine for you to buy. You go to the pharmacy, maybe you're gonna spend more than 500 for just a drug. Imagine if you use that 500, you can buy food and buy your vegetables, buy so many things that you really want. Go home, prepare it the way you really want it, and then you can feed more than 10 people in the house. So let's take a look of that aspect. What message do you have to put on that area?
Well, actually, like the main thing is that like basically that is also true, because at this moment it's very hard. Like when you go to like a hospital, you really have to pay like a lot and all, and which is actually very hard for people that don't have the money and everything. And yeah, I really see a point in that, but like
That's
just too much.
Yeah. But now, what can you do? Because if people think that you are racist, for instance, because you are saying the truth.
Yeah, actually, here's the main thing. I am not racist. I have a lot of friends from a lot of countries and all, which proves that I'm not racist and everything. But like, I'm just saying what has to be said. Because like, here's the thing. I'm not saying that we don't have to help each other, but I'm saying that the country also has to develop. People have to be awakened. We have to see what's going on. Yeah.
International, yeah.
Finally, before we go, do you have any message to the parents and to the farmers that are also down there and they want to do something, but still they need someone like you to hear from?
Well, basically, my last words will be just like, first things first is that I want to thank them for everything, because like they're heroes and everything that they've done has just been really good and all.
That's fine.
Yeah, but like my thing, what I would say is I would basically just like to motivate them and tell them, the basic thing is thank you for everything, because like it's just a lot to say. We can't say everything. Because like they've done just too good. Yeah.
That's fine. So, listeners out there, this is the VM Kids Talk Show. Today we have decided to come up just to warm you up. But I think we are going to talk about this issue and how we're going to engage the government, engage everybody, because agriculture is not just about the government, it's about us. And those who are buying, those who are producing, we should come together and do this and do it. Because with agriculture, there is hope, there is life, there is health. Without agriculture, a lot of people will end up dying with hunger, number one. And of course, a lot of people also will not be healthy, because if you are not eating healthy food, you will end up becoming sick. And the moment you become ill, that's the end of it, because at the end of the day, you will love to be healthy. And there is no hospital that you will go. They are not going to tell you eat these vegetables, eat this, eat that. They are going to tell you eat all the vegetables that comes on your way, eat all the proteins that comes on your way, eat all the carbon dioxide that comes on your way, and they are going to tell you how you're going to eat it. And all these things that I have mentioned, they all cannot be produced, or they all cannot be eaten if they are not being produced or if they are not being cultivated. So I think it's high time we come out, support the farmers, support ourselves, support everybody, and then, reproduce. Because farmers are there, they want to do it, but they don't have support from you. If they have support from you, then you are also going to have support in return. Because if we produce the goods here in the country, like Ami said, we have the factories that are going to basically work on, like, for example, reproducing, making the fruit. From the fruit, we can have the juice, we can have that, we can have this and that. If we can have all those things around us, it simply means things will be way more cheaper. But if we cannot produce it in the country, let us not expect in the market is going to be cheap there. So that's the idea. Definitely we will love if you can share the stories, and then definitely we'll come back here and have the story full time. So on that note, we will also come back with a debate, which is also important. Probably next time we're going to invite Musu, or we're going to invite someone who is willing to challenge Ami when it comes to agriculture and other burning issues affecting us globally. Maybe some of the ladies behind, and of course the gentlemen, where they are Nene, Cham, you can challenge her. And of course, why not you? You can also challenge her, because she is not all alone. She needs someone that will warm her up, and then, keep sharing the message. So now we say thanks for watching. May Allah bless you. Before we go, do you have any message?
Well, the message that I have for VM is just that I will encourage you for doing more and more things. I really think what you're doing is very important.
Thank you.
And people really need it and all. And also thank you for everything. It's been wonderful. And you also help a lot of people around. A lot of people really. Yeah, so just thank you. And also like what we're doing like at this moment, talking, motivating my my elders and my younger people and everything, and my age mates and
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a long time we didn't do videos, that's why. So right now if they want us to do videos, yeah, that's
Let them
good.
comment and say it right.
Sure.
So on that note, we're going to say goodbye for now. And Ami is my humble. Before she called me daddy, but now I call her my daughter. She's not just a daughter, but a friend of mine. not just a friend, but also someone that I choose as a role model. So, on the other hand, she's also my parent too. You understand? And don't look at the size, look at what is in the brain and the message that she put across. These are the things that we should consider and pick the best out of it and keep assisting ourselves with this kind of information, motivate ourselves. We know that a lot of things are going wrong, but we should not give up along the way. Because the moment you give up, that means it's the end of your life. And the day you give up, put it at the back of your mind that it's goodbye to you. So those who are really motivated are the people that have gone. Bye-bye for now.
All right, bye. Have a nice
PM International, yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe, like,
PM International.